All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Marketing Pains. My name is Will Hankey. This is the podcast where we talk with real window treatment and awning service providers and business owners about their successes and struggles related to marketing their business. This episode I'm very excited about. We've got a fantastic service provider that I'm excited to learn more about. Tabitha Beasley started with Greenhouse Fabrics 21 years ago as a customer service rep. She has had the privilege of watching the company grow in customers, fabric SKUs, employees, and sales over the past years. In 2019, Greenhouse was able to launch Anna Elizabeth Fabrics to offer more decorative fabrics curated to the designer. Tabitha, thank you so much for being on today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to dig into this. We've not had anybody on from the fabric side of things, and I know that's a huge piece of the industry, obviously. So this is going to be fun.
Absolutely.
Yes. So let's jump right in. Tell me, give me the 2-minute elevator pitch about Greenhouse.
Sure. Greenhouse is a fourth generation fabric company in High Point, North Carolina. A lot of people are familiar with High Point with the furniture industry. But our Greenhouse has always been dedicated to the upholstery trade with fabrics designed for the upholsterers, very traditional, moderately priced. 2019, we saw a big need and a niche to continue our sales growth and to continue our growth as a company. We launched on Elizabeth fabric. So it kind of broadened our horizon into now offering more decorative fabric, including window treatments, multi-purpose, some upholstery as well. So a little bit more curated style for that niche of window treatments and interior designers.
Got it. And you mentioned fourth generation. So is that 100 years? What kind of time frame is it?
Yes, we are over 100 years. The family is over 100 years in the fabric business. Brooke is, right now, we're currently woman owned and woman run. So that's pretty awesome in this industry as well.
Yeah.
So yes, the family's been in the fabric business for over 100 years.
That's awesome. And what is your position there?
Sure. My position is president of sales. I started out as customer service when I joined the company 21 years ago and grown to this position over those years.
That's awesome. So you worked your way through the company, huh?
Absolutely. Learning the ropes, visiting customers. I still go out and visit customers today to, hey, if a fabric needs to be pulled in the warehouse, let's go do it. So yes, just moving up, learning the entire business process. From how we select our fabrics to how we put those in sample books and get those into our hands, getting those into our customers' hands as well.
Okay. And how many employees do you guys have now?
Sure, we are a small company. So unlike our larger competitors, we're only about 35 employees.
Okay.
From our market to our warehouse to our customer service staff.
That's still a big small business, right?
Yeah, we do a lot with 35 employees.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So with those employees, what do you, and you're up against some bigger companies, like you said, what is your company's kind of unique selling proposition, or what makes you guys different from the competitors?
Absolutely. Great question. I think what sets us apart is because we are small, we can know our customers on a more personal relationship. We can know their needs and what they're actually needing and get what they need in their hands. We're all about building relationships with our customers as well as giving 100% customer support to our customers. We want our customers to thrive and succeed. As well as when you call into us, you do get a live person on the phone. You don't have to punch several numbers or wait for a recording and wait for someone to call you back. You do get that live individual who wants to help you. With our customer service in our warehouse, a door apart, we're able to go look at fabrics more in depth for customers. And our customer service really knows our line and our fabrics. As well as we're continuing educating our staff on what's trending, what's coming up, the education behind the fabric, as well as not all fabrics are the same.
Okay, that's great. Is most of your clients in the North Carolina area, or are you guys nationwide, or how does that kind of split up?
Absolutely. We were 30 years ago, we were heavy in the southern states, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. However, we are in all 50 states now. So the
Wow.
majority of our customers are spread out throughout the country, with heavy being on the West Coast and the East Coast.
Okay. Wow. Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
That's really good. So, okay, this is a marketing podcast. So let's talk a little bit about the marketing side for Greenhouse.
Sure.
Let's start out with the obvious question. What is your product? What is it that you guys are selling?
Absolutely. So we're a fabric wholesaler. We sell fabrics suitable for window treatments, bedding, sofas, things of that nature to the upholstery and interior design trade. We are wholesale only. We do not deal with the end consumer, and we'll sell it anywhere from a small cut as a half yard on up to full rolls, of course.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you kind of sort of already answered this, but your target audience, I guess, is mostly designers. Would that be fair?
That would probably, right now, our customer base is about 50-50 between interior designers and upholstery shops.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good to know. And so workrooms, things of that sort that order directly from you.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Okay, cool. If there's one thing that you could attribute to your guys' success, what would that be?
Absolutely. I think it would be having our customers that are loyal. We've had customers been with us for 30, 40 years, or they're in their second, third generation shops or businesses. With us being a smaller company, I think we're easily adaptable to change and growth. So if something's not working, we adapt it, we change it, and move forward. We do carry a 94% in stock rate. So hopefully those long delays that sometimes happens in the industry are hopefully fewer and far in between. And again, our customer service, our customer service contributes to that. Our customers, love to chat with us, love to tell us their projects, and we love to hear their projects and showcase their projects on our social media as well. So, daily we're tagged in on projects on social media that's been accomplished with our fabrics, and we love seeing that because we see the fabric on a roll. It's a little boring, but to see it, come to life and the work of art that our customers can take with our fabrics and make that magic happen is just awesome to watch and see.
Yeah. Yeah. The one thing I really pulled out of there was the supply chain issues. You guys have pretty much solved that, which is always a big deal, right? Customers are always calling and saying, when you guys going to be able to install my stuff? Well, we haven't even got it yet,
Right. We I think everybody can contest to during the past few years, we went from being, what do we need in the next 6 to 8 weeks to now what do we need in the 6 to 8 months? Because
Right.
Oftentimes that 6 weeks led into 6 months. So what we did during the supply chain shortage was really heavily beef up our stock. We were fortunate enough that because we're a debt-free company, we do have the means and the bank account to do so. So we really beefed up our stock. So our customers who are small businesses, they can't wait to get the job done. They can't wait to get
Right.
that payment at the end to make sure that didn't happen so we can all succeed and thrive at the end of the past few years.
Yeah. Wow, that was a smart move on your part, especially considering, it was pretty uneasy for a while there, but I mean, the pandemic, really blew up the home services industry. So you guys were probably in a really good spot.
Yeah, it did. It was definitely what we were not expecting to happen. I
Right.
think we are all can contest that. We really felt that we were going to be closing up doors or just having to do layoffs and so forth. And the opposite happened with us. We not only grew as a company, we grew as a brand. Our customers were booming in growth, and it was just an unexpected, fabulous growth during that time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. The other thing you mentioned was around 30 years ago, you changed from just being in a couple states to being nationwide. What was the big shift that happened back then?
Sure. I think what happened back then was we were just you're allowed through the different means and 30 years ago that you wasn't before. 30 years ago it was sales reps had to be on the road. They were who found the shops or who was out visiting the shops. So the internet happened, and we can now go and find customers more easily through searching the internet and things of that nature versus the old school way of the sales reps on the road and pounding the streets of finding those window treatment, those upholstery shops, and so forth.
Yeah. So you guys really use that to your advantage.
We did. We did that with marketing heavily, with doing mailings and things of that nature as well. So the internet changed, and just moving forward in how you do things and do it at a faster pace.
Yeah. Okay. That's great. So let's bring it back to the last 3 years. What has really changed in the industry in that short amount of time?
Oh, wow. Last 3 years has really changed for us by launching our Anna Elizabeth brand. So now we can market a whole different market and a group of customers that we never were really able to market before. If a customer who does window treatment but get our greenhouse brand, they're not going to find those fabrics usable for them because they are more heavyweight. Where it did open the market for us with the Anna brand, launching more decorative print patterns, lighter weight fabrics. Also, over the past 3 years is during the COVID staying at home, our customers had to modify their businesses, and I think we quickly adapted and adjusted to that because our website is not only consumer friendly. The end consumer can get on our website and browse fabric, and that's kind of how we sold it to our customers during that. You can still work with your customers. They can go on our website, look for what they may think they may want. We'll send samples right to their home, and you can still continue to do business without having to meet them with fabric books, fabric samples, and
Right.
and so it allowed us to, we really started shipping a lot of memos over the past couple of years, but a lot of customers now take that approach as how they sell fabrics or how they meet with clients is go ahead and, have the client get onto the website, select 10 or 12 samples that they think they may want, get the samples. We're fabric, so you have to touch it, you have to feel it and see it in your home. By the time the window treatment, the interior designer, the decorator gets to their home, the fabric decision's hopefully done at that point, and they can move forward and sell the job.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it works really, really well with a lot of our customers who, hey, this is how we can stay in business without making that social contact with their clients.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty smart. So the biggest benefit, I guess, both for adding on the other line is they're more lightweight and they're more decorative. Would that be fair?
That would be very fair. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that line's catered to the whole home, from the window treatments to the bedding, the pillows to the sofa. Yes.
Right.
So
right.
With probably a third of our line would be suitable for draperies.
Okay. Okay. It also opened up, a bigger audience for you, a bigger target market as well, I would assume.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So what are one of the biggest business owner, mistakes that you see regularly that maybe some of your clients are making when it comes to working with, different fabrics and different things like that, or selling what ends up being coming from you?
Sure. I think the education in the fabric industry, with fabric changing, it's are we telling the story of what that fabric will do or will not do? Oftentimes, just hearing from interior designers, they get a very limited education at your local universities and so forth. So I think it's up to us as a fabric company to make sure, are they using the right fabric for that job or project? Is that linen in Florida really going to work out for them, or is it going to grow and stretch? And that's an education that we as a company feel like that's why we like to understand the job, so that the person ordering it and the consumer getting it, is it the right fabric for that application? So communication is probably one of the biggest. It's not that we want to be nosy about the job. We want to make sure that, as a company, we stand behind our fabric, and is the customer who's ordering the fabric well educated enough to make sure is this going to work for this particular project.
I love that answer. Yeah. Yeah. I have a client on the island of Maui, and we were having a conversation one time, and he was telling me about certain fabrics that they have to get because their windows are always open, right? There's really no air conditioning there. Windows are always open, so bugs can get in, and bugs like to eat certain types of fabric, apparently. I was just kind of blown away. It would be something you would never think about, right?
Yeah. So, Hawaii, stay away from the linen, stay away from the silk.
Right.
And, have some UV protection, even better. But yes, not all fabrics work in all climates. So you do have to really, make sure that our customers are educated. And I think that as an industry, this is what we're here for.
I love that. So you guys participate in that piece to help the designer, making sure they're making the correct choices as well.
Absolutely.
And it just makes them look better. So that's fantastic.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So we're constantly educating our customers, whether we're going out to the mills and doing mill trips and learning how the fabric is produced, how it's manufactured, or even the performance behind it as well. So that way we can pass along that education to our customers. Great thing about social media marketing now is we can do it digitally, and the customer's better informed.
Yep, that's great. I like that. What has been the biggest challenge with promoting Greenhouse and the Anna line?
Sure. I think it's getting that relationship with the customer. We're all about building that relationship, building that confidence and that trust with our customers and with our brand. So I think it is that getting in those doors and making that connection. Yes, our customers have many options to fabrics these days. So let's build that relationship and promote us has been one of the most challenges, especially we launched it in 2019, right at the onset of COVID. So everybody had their challenges at the moment. No one wanted a new vendor. So breaking into that market at that time, it probably has some hindrance, but it probably helped us in some other ways as well.
Yeah. Always a great time to launch, right before a huge change, right?
Exactly. But, you're working on it years prior. It's not something you just, do overnight, obviously. So it's like, what do? Do you launch it? Do you move forward, or do you wait? When is that perfect time? You don't know that. So let's launch it. We have everything together, and let's do it. And it's, it's been a success for us.
Yeah. And even now, people that are looking at years prior, that's not really a fair judgment either, because things are settling down, right? They're not going to be maybe like they've been the last 2 years, which has just been fantastic. So we also have to be realistic about that side as well. So.
Yeah, we are. I mean, we were fortunate, I think a lot of your customers can contest that our business came to us without having to really do anything. We had more business than we kind of knew what to do with, is what I'm hearing from a lot of the customers, where now we're getting into, okay, I'm catching up from the past 2 years. Now what's coming up? So We don't know what's coming up. This industry can take its bumps and bruises, but the great thing is we always just bounce back.
Yeah. Yeah. And also being smart enough to know that, maybe things ain't going to be as good this year, and preparing for that, getting your ducks in a row right before that happens.
Sure. Absolutely.
So what kind of marketing trends or tactics do you see that you guys wish you could take advantage of that you aren't now?
Wow. I think with us, we're doing more digital marketing. However, we're a fabric company where customers need to touch it. They need to feel the fabrics and so forth. So, digital marketing is great. And, it's low cost. However, we're the industry that, you have to have that fabric sample. You have to have those books in hand to show the fabric to make sure, is it going to work? Is it the thickness that is going to be needed, and so forth. So, that's our challenges, is how do we, market ourselves without having to invest millions of dollars in books and samples to have in everybody's library. So that's some of the challenges, is that how do you grow without having to, invest a lot more money in the books and samples.
Yeah. Yeah. And B2B online is a different animal, than directly to a consumer. So I can see that being a bit of a challenge.
Sure, absolutely. We do offer free books and free memo samples, and we're not on, your consumer websites as well as, that I think, our consumers have got into Google, and internet's a great tool for us. However, it can be a great hindrance as well, as consumers are always searching for the cheapest and the best. Yeah. And unfortunately, two don't go together. And you do have a lot of consumer fabric websites out there that you do lose that education of what that customer actually needs. They may get it for a little bit cheaper, but is it the right fabric for their needs? Or is it the quality that they're really expecting to get as well?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. One thing that came to my mind, and this isn't consulting, but one thing you guys could potentially do is ask your current clients, your customers, to put like a logo back to your business, on their site, link back to you, sure. maybe give them 10% off their next order or something like that. That would be smart, and those links would count. Google would see those and credit you for that. So that would be an easy way to do that.
Yeah. Some of our customers do that. It's shopping for fabrics, and they have the different links as well. So, but giving a little discount would also help. And, it helps them also show their customers how many fabric samples they have to choose from, and the variety that they can get for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. When it comes to the window treatment and awning industry, I don't know how much you guys really work with the awning side of things, but what kind of current trends or changes in the industry are you seeing?
Sure. We don't do much, but we don't do anything with awning. So we're strictly window treatments and upholstery, outdoor, and on leather. But the trends, it's right now, the past couple of years, have been grays, neutrals. We're always looking at, what's trending in the fashion world. And that typically gives you an idea of what may be coming up in the home as well. But I think the past couple of years, a lot of your trend has been, customers shopping online. Your retail stores or your stores were forced to close. Or closed for safety reasons, and everybody took to the internet. So online shopping, I think, has definitely increased, whether they're shopping on our website or they were shopping on, a B2C website. Definitely kind of picked up that trend the past few years.
Yeah. I love that you said grays and neutrals. I'm so tired of gray in my home. I think she's painted every room possibly now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some sort of, and there's different grays, right? The gray in the bathroom doesn't match the gray in the living room. That's totally different. So
yeah.
That's funny.
For
That's
sure.
funny.
it's Grace used to be a very small percent of what we sell, and it has now like climbed up to one of the bigger percent of
Yeah.
colorways that we sell.
Yeah.
Neutrals are still very strong and heavy, but it's amazing that customers will, they want the color, they want to sell the color, but the consumers is all about the neutrals.
Right.
And those,
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. All right. So let's fantasize a little bit here. What if money were no object? What's the craziest marketing thing you guys would like to do?
sure. I actually threw this question in my marketing team, and
Oh,
they have some great ideas.
okay.
Yeah, so they said we had an unlimited budget. Would love to have some show houses, show homes throughout the country that just showcase, all assortment of our fabrics throughout the show house.
Okay.
And that really resonated. Last month or month before, I was at the Kips Bay show home in West Palm Beach, and just beautiful home, unbelievably decorated with beautiful wallpaper to window treatments to upholstery, and I mean just breathtaking per se. So that really resonated because I was just at a show home not too
Yeah.
long ago. Um, a traveling van with memo samples on board. So when you go out and visit customers, if someone needed a sample or a fabric, you just go pull it out of the van and have a traveling fabric van with various samples as well was another great suggestion.
Oh, that's great.
And we love to send promo items to our customers, just promotional from a tumbler to your mouse pad to notebook and paper, whatever have you. But we do like to splurge on our promo items to send to our customers. So just, expanding on that and sending out some great promo items was another great suggestion.
Oh, that's great. People love to get swag, right? They always love that.
Right? They do. They do. And to, travel more to see our customers' completed homes, to be able to go in and do more photography, video, and that completed room, that completed window treatment as well, and be able to not only showcase our customers' work, but to utilize that with those companies.
Yeah.
Not only the whole work that was just accomplished, but the beautiful fabric that's now hanging off the walls.
Yep. People really eat up those before and after type of shots, where you
Yeah,
can really see the difference.
absolutely. There's many times I'll look at a fabric completed hanging on a wall, and I'm like, "Wow, that's our fabric." And I'll go pull the samples. Like, wow, it looked pretty, but now it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. Quality work versus the ready-made that some customers or some consumers tend to
Yeah.
go for instead.
Yeah. And there's some advantages to that on social. I mean, my wife is showing me stuff on TikTok even. Look at this home. They did this and now it looks like this and we could do that. Oh, yeah.
the endless spending.
It is. That's true.
But
Yeah.
home is your greatest investment, and it's where you want to feel comfortable and you want to relax. So it's where you do want to invest your dollars back into it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So Tabitha, thank you so much for your time today. If people want to learn more about Greenhouse or your new line, where can they go?
Sure, they can go to our website at greenhousefabrics.com. If you are to the trade, we do set your account up completely free of charge. We offer free sample books as well as free memos that you may see on our line. We carry an average of about 10,000 fabrics as well. And mention me or mention this podcast, and I will send you a yard sample of any fabrics you might choose at no cost.
Oh, wow.
So be glad to, yeah. So with our fabrics, not only do we offer the free memo samples, a small cutting sample, but we do have a 1 yard program. Oftentimes, as we know, the repeat's rather large or a rather large print that it's hard to see it from a small sample. That will do a 1 yard sample for $20. But mention this podcast, and I'll send that to you at no cost for the fabric you might be interested in.
Oh, thank you. That's great. I love that. Appreciate it. So thank you again so much for being on today. I love learning about a totally different side of the industry that I don't know a ton about. So this has been great. And as you mentioned, I'll get your website, I'll get your phone number, everything into the show notes below. And if anybody wants to reach out and take advantage of this offer, you know how to do it.
All right, sounds perfect. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me, Will.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. If anybody wants to learn more, click the links below. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please consider subscribing as we release new episodes every other Tuesday. And we'll have more like this. We have interviews with actual window treatment and awning company owners, lots of different vendors and things coming up. So very excited to have Tabitha on today and everybody in the future. Again, thank you so much, Tabitha. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Will. See you soon.
All right, let me